there is a game going on this weekend that I know you'll have close eyes on. I would imagine you have a story from Miami, Florida State at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you ever beat Miami?
I did. So my record in my 4 years, was 2-2 as both a starter and a backup. But you know what's funny, and this is kind of how the rivalry worked. So my freshman year, Charlie Ward was a starter. We go down to Miami. It's the old Orange Bowl. And there was a hit that's like a legendary hit. Tamark Vanover was a freshman. Was coming across the middle, gets absolutely rocked. There was just like unbelievable hitting going on. And I remember I was 18. I went to a tiny high school. You know this, like there were 25 guys on our team. I was the biggest player. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I have to play in this game, I am screwed. Like I was so nervous because it was such a different level of play. So we ended up losing that game. Charlie beat him at home. My sophomore year, we won the national championship. Then my junior year was my first year starting, and we played at the Orange Bowl. And I remember Mark Richt pulled me aside. He was my quarterback coach. And, you know, I was feeling pretty good, right? Put up good numbers, 5 games. I was feeling pretty good. And I think he probably could sense that. And he's like, hey, he goes, this game, it's like, it's going to be a little different. And I was like, I got this. And he's like, no. He's like, this game, he's like, it's going to be different. He's like, there's going to be a lot of media, which there was. He's like, but it's going to be quicker. It's going to be faster. You got to be on top of your game. And I was like, I got this. So I go down there, and the first drive, we are driving like just clockwork. Like we hit a little screen pass. We gash them with a couple runs, maybe hit like a nice hook over the middle. We're gashing them, get down the red zone. And I remember thinking, this ain't so bad. We got this.
This is nothing.
Try to squeeze a skinny post like in the red zone and gets picked off. And I'm telling you, it was a crash from then on. Like I threw 3 picks. Warren Sapp sacked me like 4. He was in my ear the entire night. Ray Lewis. I mean, the whole like it was insane the amount of talent they had. But I got benched. I got booed. I got home. I had messages on my voicemail saying you should take your scholarship away. So we lost that game. We got our revenge my senior year. But I always appreciated the Miami game. It's more of a respected. I don't know how it was with your rivalries. I think Florida State, Miami, like you hate them the same, you want to beat them, but Miami had done it. Like they were a team that had already won multiple national championships, and there was a healthy respect. With the Gators, it was more hate. Like they felt more like they were cocky for no reason, and so it bothered us. But the Miami one, there was always a tremendous level of respect. And Florida State, I know they're a 2-touchdown favorite. I think it's going to be a good game. We'll see if Tyler Van Dyke can fix his issues turning the ball over. But Florida State, I think, should be fine if they just keep doing what they're doing. I'm very curious to see what the status of Wilson and Coleman is, because if they're out, that concerns me. But I'm hoping they'll be back.
Well, as it should. I mean, Miami's down a couple corners, potentially left last week's game. So if those guys, they're vulnerable in the back end, I think. So having those receivers would be massive. Let me get a prediction. Florida State 65, Miami 3. Is that what you're going with? I mean, where are we going?
I'll go. You know, last year it was 45-7, I think. They absolutely worked them down there in Miami. I'll say 34-17.